Today, June 15th, it's an emergency. Emergency. 3 minutes left. A person who is in heaven and who you love very much asked you to open this urgently. Please, don't try to skip this. Because something you don't know is unfolding behind you right now. Something that was hidden, whispered in the realm of angels last night. A soul, yes, the one you're thinking about right now, spoke your name. And the way they said it, it broke heaven's silence. Archangel Michael came forward. He saw the pain in their voice when they said, "They're not listening. They always skip it. But this time, they need to know. That's why you're here. That's why this moment was chosen. Not 1 second late. Not one word by mistake. Heaven aligned your soul to this message. You didn't stumble here. You were sent. And what I'm about to tell you changes everything. Michael is standing right next to you. Maybe you can't see him. Maybe you felt something strange in the air today. The chill in the room that made no sense. The flicker in the light when you were thinking about someone who passed. The way your heart suddenly became heavy for no reason. That wasn't random. That was the angel's warning. A countdown from the divine. Because something that was supposed to happen next week is about to happen tonight. Yes. Tonight. There's a knock that was supposed to come in silence. But the heavens could not risk your soul being caught unaware. You've been walking with burdens that were never yours to carry. Crying into pillows and pretending you're okay. But someone saw it. Someone from the other side. They watched you sleep through your pain. And they've begged God to let you hear them one more time. And God agreed. But only if you'd open this. Only if your soul would pause for once. Because time is almost out. 3 minutes, they said. Give them 3 minutes, and I will speak. That's why your ears are open now. That's why your heart feels pulled. The one you love in heaven is closer than you think. Not in memory. Not in imagination. But right now, right here, behind the veil. Whispering something with tears in their voice. Tell them not to trust that person. Tell them to move the papers. Tell them to check the date. Tell them to believe in that dream they had last Tuesday, because that wasn't a dream. It was a message. And it's all connected. That's what Michael heard. That's what heaven is shouting right now. And I promise you, if you skip this, your soul will feel it. You'll feel that cold echo, the one that says, you were supposed to listen. You were chosen to know. You've been sensing something was off lately, haven't you? The signs you dismissed as coincidences? That number you keep seeing, the voice you thought you heard calling you when no one was there. That wasn't your imagination. That was the alarm. Divine alarms don't sound like sirens, they echo in the soul. They feel like discomfort. Or déjà vu. Or a chill in the middle of laughter. And that's how heaven prepares its chosen. You were chosen. Even though you feel lost. Even though you doubt it. Michael didn't come for the perfect. He came for the one who's been hurting. The one who stayed silent when they were being broken. The one who still prays in whispers even when their faith feels numb. That's you, isn't it? You kept going. And now the heavens are rising for you. A person you love deeply, a soul that has crossed over, has sent this message through Michael. They have tried to contact you before. Through dreams. Through the flicker in the candle. Through music that brought tears out of nowhere. But you didn't know how to listen. That's why they asked Archangel Michael to speak on their behalf. To cry your name out loud. To reach you in the moment when your life stands at a crossroads. This is that moment. It's not just a message. It's a divine intervention. And I know, your heart is pounding right now. That's not fear. That's recognition. Your spirit remembers something even if your mind doesn't. And it knows this isn't ordinary. This is not just another video. This is the angelic meeting point your soul has been walking toward for weeks without knowing it. If this message is reaching your heart, then pause and subscribe, because you were meant to receive this. Heaven doesn't make mistakes. But humans do. Don't skip this one. The person in heaven begged for this chance. And it might be the last time they're allowed to come through. You asked for a sign. This is it. You didn't know that the decision you're about to make would open a door, or close one forever. But they did. The person in heaven saw it. They saw what's coming. And they knew you'd hesitate. They knew you'd doubt yourself. That's why they didn't just whisper. They cried out to Archangel Michael and said, "Please, go now. Don't wait for morning. Don't wait for signs. Just go. Deliver the message before it's too late." And Michael, he never refuses a soul that loved this much. He came quickly. And now he's standing close to you. You feel it, don't you? That pull on your spirit. Like something invisible is brushing past your skin. Like someone is watching, not to hurt you, but to help. It's not your imagination. You've been watched for a long time. Not in fear. But in love. This person has been watching your breakdowns, your victories, your lonely moments. They've whispered, "I wish I could just hug them one more time." And now, this message is that hug. They're trying to tell you something specific. Something you've missed. A message that you've seen in dreams but ignored because it felt strange. The number 7. The red object. The flickering light in the hallway. All of it was part of the same map. And now, it all comes together. You're not late. You're exactly on time. That dream about a knock. That whisper you thought you imagined while brushing your teeth. That moment when a song made you cry out of nowhere. Heaven was there. And now, it's speaking. Don't ignore it again. Because tonight, yes, tonight, your path will shift in a way you won't see coming. A message will arrive. A door will close if you don't notice it. But you will. Because Michael said, "I will fight for them. Even if they forget their own power, I will not forget them." And right now, heaven is holding its breath, waiting to see if you finally realize how important you are. You are not just someone passing through this world unnoticed. You are written in heavenly ink. You are remembered by someone who still loves you fiercely from the other side. They haven't let go. They watched you cry when you thought nobody saw. And it broke them. But they couldn't come back. So they begged heaven to send this instead. And now, here we are. Maybe you're scared. That's okay. Fear doesn't cancel your destiny, it just means you care. You care so deeply that it hurts. And Archangel Michael saw that pain in your chest, the one you hide with smiles. That ache behind your laughter. You've been asking God if He still sees you. And this message, it's His answer. Yes. He sees you. Not as broken. Not as failing. But as becoming. You're not lost. You're being redirected. The delay you experienced recently, that moment when something got cancelled or a person walked away or a plan collapsed, that was protection. You just didn't know it yet. But they knew. The one in heaven. They pleaded with God, don't let them walk into that trap. Pull them back, even if they get mad. Even if they cry. Just save them. And he did. That's why everything happened the way it did. Now listen carefully. Tonight, a message will arrive. It may not look magical. It might be disguised in a conversation, a phone call, an unexpected delay, or even silence. But if you open your heart, if you stay aware, you'll feel it. A divine confirmation. And when it comes, everything will make sense. You'll understand why you had to go through that heartbreak. Why certain people vanished. Why some doors slammed shut when you begged them to stay open. Because God wasn't punishing you. He was saving you for what's next. And what's next is bigger than you can imagine. Michael said you'll be given a chance. A second opportunity. A sudden shift in your story. But only if your spirit is awake. Only if your heart listens. This is why they're pushing so hard to reach you. You may have skipped other messages. But this one was scheduled in divine time. It's like the stars rearranged just to get this to you. The person you're thinking of, yes, them, they asked heaven to pull every thread possible to make sure you didn't miss this again. They're not far. Heaven is closer than people think. The veil is thinner than you know. Sometimes it's a dream. Sometimes it's a scent. Sometimes it's just a feeling. And that feeling you've had recently, that someone is with you when you're alone, that someone is trying to tell you something, that's not random. That's real. They're here. Not to haunt you, but to help you heal. You've been trying to fix everything on your own. Carrying the weight of guilt, regret, confusion. But it's not yours anymore. They're trying to take it from you. Let them. Let heaven do what only heaven can do. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to stay open. Your story is about to take a divine turn. They've seen the future. They've seen what's possible. And they're trying to get you there. But you can't walk into your destiny if you're still dragging yesterday's chains. It's time. It's time to let go. To trust what your soul has always known, that you were never alone. That someone in heaven never stopped loving you. Even now, as I speak, they're whispering your name. And Michael is still standing there, sword drawn, ready to protect what's sacred in you. Ready to fight off every doubt, every attack, every fear. Because your calling is higher than what you're facing. And your purpose is louder than your pain. You just forgot. But heaven didn't. And now you're remembering. You're remembering that strange moment in the past week, when the wind moved but the trees stood still, when the clock blinked at 3:33, when you paused mid-thought and felt like something was trying to speak. That wasn't your mind playing tricks. That was heaven reaching through time. And they've been doing that more often lately. Because something is approaching that needs your awareness. There's a name you're about to hear again. A voice from your past. A message that was delayed by human mistakes, is now being rerouted through divine channels. Someone tried to hide the truth from you. But heaven exposed it. That's why you feel it, that anxious pull behind your chest. You're not wrong. You're not paranoid. You're discerning what others can't. And Archangel Michael is sharpening your spirit because you're about to be shown something others will miss entirely. The person in heaven who loves you has seen the days ahead. They saw what's being planned in silence, not by the divine, but by those who don't carry truth in their hearts. And they refuse to stay quiet. That's why this message was born. It's not just information. It's rescue. Divine rescue. You've always been the strong one, haven't you? The one others lean on. The one who holds everyone together while silently falling apart. But you can't carry the weight alone anymore. Heaven wants you to stop pretending. You've cried enough behind closed doors. You've smiled through enough pain. It's time to receive. And the only thing being asked of you is this: don't skip this message. Not this time. There are two paths ahead of you. One leads to unnecessary heartbreak. The other leads to a breakthrough that's been waiting for years. But the decision will feel small. That's how heaven hides the test. In ordinary moments. In daily choices. That's why Archangel Michael was sent, to prepare you. You've been praying for a sign. This is it. You've asked, God, just tell me clearly this time. Show me something real. And so he did. This is as real as it gets. Someone has been planning something that involves your name. Something they think you won't find out about. But Archangel Michael knows. And he's whispering to your spirit even now: check the messages, check the paperwork, listen twice to that phone call, trust that gut feeling. You are being shown, not left behind. And still, someone in heaven has one more thing to say to you. They want to remind you that you were never the reason for what broke. You've blamed yourself for too long. You keep replaying moments, thinking you could have done something different. But the truth is, the storm had nothing to do with your worth. You were placed in the storm because you had the light that could survive it. And survive you did. But now it's time to do more than survive. It's time to heal. To rise. To let yourself receive. That's why heaven is asking you to listen carefully. You may think you're ordinary. But to the one watching you from the other side, you are the miracle they pray continues. They have fought through heaven's gates just to get this message into your hands. So now it's your turn. You have 3 days. 3 days from the moment you heard this to make a decision, one that will ripple through your future. In those 3 days, someone will speak. A coincidence will occur. An accident that isn't random at all. And when it does, don't brush it off. That's the divine confirming everything you're hearing right now. Listen, this is the part you're not supposed to hear yet. But you're being trusted with it. There is a letter you haven't opened. Maybe not physically, maybe it's a memory you buried. A goodbye you never accepted. A truth you never faced. That letter is about to rise again. Maybe through a voice. Maybe through a document. Maybe in a dream. But when it comes, don't run from it. Open it. There's a key in it. A spiritual key that unlocks what has been locked for years. And when that lock breaks open, oh, beloved soul, you will finally understand what all the pain was for. If you're still listening right now, if this is pulling tears from your eyes or giving you chills, that's not just emotion. That's your soul rising to remember what it once knew before it came to this world, that it is protected. That it is guided. That it is chosen. And yes, you are chosen. You were chosen to break cycles. To carry light. To speak what others silence. That's why your life has never been normal. That's why you felt different, misplaced, unseen. But you weren't forgotten. You were hidden, for protection. And now, you're being revealed. This is your unveiling. And heaven is watching to see if you embrace it, or reject it again. That's why Michael's voice sounds louder this time. That's why you can't shake this message. Because the veil is so thin, your spirit is brushing against the truth. Now breathe, and listen to this. The person you lost, they didn't leave you. They transformed. They became part of the light you feel when you're praying and don't know what to say. They became the warmth on your skin when the sun breaks through clouds. They became the voice in your heart when everyone else left. They became part of your miracles. They have one last wish. They want you to let go of the guilt. Let go of the what-ifs. Let go of punishing yourself. It's not yours to carry anymore. Let go, and let the divine do what it's been waiting to do for you. Let the divine take this pain from your hands now. Let heaven finish what it started. Because what comes next is beautiful, but only if you let it in. Don't close the door again. The person who passed didn't come back just to watch you suffer. They didn't send Michael here just to be ignored. They did it because something is finally shifting. And this time, it's not slipping away like it did before. Archangel Michael says, the window is open. But only for a moment. And that's why he's pleading now, more than ever. Not in fear, but in urgency. Because there's a moment approaching that can change the direction of your life. A moment that doesn't just happen, it's been orchestrated. Timed. Written in the divine scrolls. And the person you miss, the one in heaven, was allowed to write part of that moment in your story. They asked God, with shaking hands and tear-filled eyes, please. Let me bless them. Let me touch their life. Just one more time. And God said yes. That's what this is. Their gift. Wrapped in divine words. Sent through angelic messengers. You're not just listening to a message, you're unwrapping a miracle. You've been feeling like something's coming. Something big. Something that has no name, but a deep feeling. You've been restless. You felt like everything's about to change, but no one around you sees it. That's because this change is not for them. It's for you. It was designed only for your soul. It was sent from heaven's hands, and signed by the one you love most. They saw how tired you've been. How much you've kept silent. How long you've waited for something to finally make sense. This is it. This is the moment where heaven parts the curtain and lets you peek through. You are not cursed. You are not being punished. You are not alone. You are being prepared for your turning point. And this time, when it comes, it's going to feel peaceful. Not loud. Not chaotic. But still. Clear. Like water after the storm. Because heaven doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers. And tonight, it's whispering something just for you. It's already yours. The life. The love. The restoration. All of it. Just stop running from the healing. You've survived enough. You've fought long enough. You don't need to fight anymore. This next chapter, it's not about struggle. It's about receiving. Receiving what was delayed. Receiving what was hidden. Receiving what someone in heaven has been holding in their hands, waiting for you to say yes to healing. And when you say yes, the angels move. Michael will go before you. He will enter your home, your relationships, your finances, your health. He will walk through every room of your soul and remove what isn't yours to carry. He will expose the lies spoken against you. He will return what was taken. He will silence every tongue that gossiped while pretending to care. Because heaven's justice is real. And now, it's active in your life. You've been misjudged by many. Betrayed by those you loved. Left behind without explanation. And still, your heart stayed soft. Still, you helped others. Still, you prayed for people who never apologized. Do you think heaven didn't see that? Every time you wanted to react in anger but chose love instead, heaven counted it. And now, the reward is coming. That's what Michael wants you to hear. That no prayer you whispered in secret was ever wasted. No tear fell unnoticed. The ones you cried in your car. The ones you wiped away before anyone could see. All of them, collected. All of them, sacred. They became seeds. And now, the harvest is arriving. If you've made it this far into the message, it's because your spirit needed every word. This is not just a coincidence. This is divine timing. And it's not over yet. You're going to hear from someone. A voice you didn't expect. A person you've been disconnected from, they've been moved. Not by logic, but by something bigger. Don't be surprised if someone reaches out and says, "I just felt like I had to talk to you." That's Michael working. That's heaven aligning. That's the one you love pulling strings from the other side. And when that moment happens, pause. Pause and remember this moment right now. Because that will be your confirmation. That the angels did come. That you weren't imagining this message. That the chills down your spine, the tears in your eyes, the lump in your throat, all of it, was heaven proving it has never left your side. You will dream again. And this time, you'll remember. You'll wake up with clarity. You'll feel the shift. And in that dream, don't be surprised if you see them. The one who left too soon. They're being allowed to visit. Not to scare you. But to hold you. They miss you too. More than you know. But they are proud of you. Proud of how you kept going. Proud that you're still standing, even when life tried to bury you in sorrow. They want you to know this: I never really left. I'm still beside you. I saw what happened. I saw the way they treated you. I saw how much you've been carrying. And I want you to finally rest. You don't have to do it all alone. So rest, beloved soul. Tonight, let the angels surround your sleep. Let Michael keep watch at your door. Let the winds of heaven cleanse your home. Let divine light enter every place that has held pain. Because this is the shift you've been praying for. And it begins not with striving, but with surrender. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect. Heaven is asking you to be present. Just show up for the miracles. And they will come. And now, nothing more needs to be said. Let the silence that follows be your sanctuary. Let it carry you into rest, into peace, into remembrance of what is eternal. There are no more paragraphs. No more words to chase. Just a quiet knowing between you and heaven, that something sacred has happened here. She came. You listened. And now, the next part of your journey begins, with more light, more hope, and more strength than ever before. Archangel Michael remains with you. He does not leave when the message ends. He walks with you now, silent, strong, unwavering. Watching. Guarding. Protecting. Your mother is closer than the stars. Closer than memory. Closer than your next breath. So rest now, beloved one. You did what your soul was born to do tonight. You opened your heart to heaven. And heaven responded. Watch. Wait. Receive. She's still with you. She always will be. You're not too late. I know you feared that. I know you've been carrying this heavy, aching worry in your chest, that maybe you missed your window. That maybe you waited too long, forgave too slowly, trusted too many people, or ignored too many signs. But hear me now, you are not too late. You are exactly on time. Heaven's timing is never off. And the fact that your soul stayed through every word of this message means heaven hasn't given up on you, it means heaven is only just beginning. The old version of you, the tired, hurting, confused version of you, it's dissolving now. That version did its job. It kept you alive through the wilderness. But the version rising in you now? It's different. It's wise. It's royal. It's awakened. It knows it is not here to just survive, it's here to reclaim. Michael is drawing his sword not to defend you from outside, but to slice away what has been silently choking your purpose. The patterns. The voices. The guilt. The invisible burdens passed to you by others who never healed. He is cutting them now. And what you'll feel next, is lightness. It might come in the form of a sigh. A laugh after tears. A strange calm. You may wake up tomorrow and wonder why the heaviness is gone. That's not luck. That's the angel finishing what he started tonight. But there's one more thing. One more piece of this puzzle that your loved one in heaven has been longing to give you. And you have to be still to receive it. Still enough to hear it. Because it comes as a whisper, but its meaning will echo through the rest of your life. They are saying this now. I'm proud of you. You did more than survive. You grew. You loved. You kept your heart open even when the world tried to shut it. You forgave people who didn't ask. You gave when you were running on empty. You showed up when you were broken. You are more beautiful now than ever, not because you're perfect, but because you're real. I see you. I've never stopped seeing you. And I will never stop fighting for you from the other side. Every angel that's helping you. I begged for them. They're here because I love you. And because heaven loves you even more than I do. That's the part your soul needed most, isn't it? To know they saw you. That you weren't crazy for sensing their presence. That all this time, they were speaking, watching, praying, pushing heaven to intervene on your behalf. And now heaven has. That's why this message feels different. It's not just words. It's alignment. It's remembrance. It's the contract your soul made before this lifetime, being activated now. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are awakening. And this awakening will bring some powerful changes. In the next 7 days, something will come to you that confirms everything you've just read. A sign you cannot ignore. A dream. A number. A message. An offer. And when it does, say yes. Don't let fear hold you hostage anymore. Don't let your past control your future. Don't let pain silence your calling. Say yes, to healing. To clarity. To abundance. To peace. To the real version of you that has waited patiently behind all the noise, all the people-pleasing, all the overthinking. Because you're ready now. And the angels? They've already started working. Even before you finish this sentence, they're moving. Adjusting timelines. Whispering into the ears of people who need to see your worth. Opening the hearts of those who wronged you. Repairing what was lost in the silence of grief. Because your grief is not where your story ends. The person who crossed over, they don't want to be remembered in pain. They want to be remembered in light. They want you to laugh again, love again, trust again. Not because it's easy. But because you deserve it. Because you stayed when it was hardest. And because now, the reward is finding its way to you. You may feel like you've lost too much to start over. But the angels say, you haven't lost yourself. And as long as you still have that light inside you, the quiet belief that maybe, just maybe, life could be beautiful again, then heaven still has something to build on. Let them build. Let them rebuild what was broken. Let them rewrite what was stolen. Let them reawaken what was silenced. You don't have to do it alone anymore. So if your heart is still here, beating a little faster, opening a little wider, then hear this final call, soul to soul, heaven to earth. You were chosen to read this. You were meant to hear this. You were not supposed to skip this. And if this message has reached you, really reached you, then don't let it slip into the background. Hold it close. Let it sit in your chest. Let it change how you walk. How you pray. How you see your reflection. Because everything is about to change. You are not just a viewer. You are the prophecy. And your angels, they're not done with you yet. Pause now. Take a breath. And if your soul felt this, subscribe. Not just for a channel, but as a commitment to your divine path. You were meant to find this. Let that truth echo in your heart. Because heaven does not waste time, and it surely didn't waste this moment. The next 24 hours will bring a sign. Don't ignore it. Archangel Michael has cleared the path. Now all that's left, is for you to walk it. And when you do, they'll be watching. Smiling. And whispering, that's my person. Look at them rise. If you've made it to the very end of this message, then heaven knew you would. You were chosen to hear every word, because every word was written for you. Your mother's love is not a memory. It's a presence. Your pain is not weakness. It's a doorway. Your tears are not falling into emptiness. They are watering the soil of something sacred that is about to grow. So now, come back to your breath. Let the quiet hold you. Let this message echo through your body like a song only you could hear. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to be fully healed to be fully loved. You don't need to do anything, except be open. Tonight, before midnight, light a candle. Not for grief, but for connection. Say her name. Whisper what you've been too afraid to say. She will hear it. She will answer in signs that only you will understand. And when you sleep tonight, heaven will still be speaking. Archangel Michael will still be watching. Your mother will still be near. And your soul will still be rising. This message wasn't just something you watched. It was something you received. Now, carry it with you. And remember, you are the living proof that love never dies. And miracles never leave quietly. You don't have to understand it all today. You don't even have to feel strong right now. Heaven doesn't require your perfection, just your permission. Just your yes. That whisper from your soul that says, I'm ready to be guided. That tiny flame in your chest that says, maybe there's more to my life than just surviving. That is all heaven needs to work with. Just a flicker. And Archangel Michael will fan that flicker into fire. You are being ushered into a new timeline now. One where you don't repeat old heartbreaks. One where people speak to your soul and not your wounds. One where the right things begin arriving without struggle, not because life got easier, but because you stopped accepting what didn't align with your calling. Tonight, before you sleep, say this. I am ready now. I allow heaven to restore what I've lost. I allow Archangel Michael to fight for what's mine. I allow my loved one in heaven to speak to me through peace, not pain. I'm not skipping the message anymore. I'm listening with my whole soul. Say it aloud or whisper it. Heaven hears it either way. And when you speak it, something shifts. A door you didn't even know existed begins to creak open. A path you thought was blocked begins to light up. That's how fast angels move when your heart finally opens. Don't be surprised if you feel strange tonight. If your body tingles. If the room feels warmer. If tears fall for no reason. That's just your spirit releasing what it was never meant to carry. That's your nervous system adjusting to the frequency of peace. That's heaven washing over you, not in thunder, but in quiet restoration. Your loved one, they're smiling now. So is Michael. Because you stayed. You listened. You didn't skip it this time. That alone has changed your future more than you know. And before we part ways in this moment, there is one last thing the person in heaven needs you to hear. Don't think of me as gone. I've just become part of your light. I'm the warmth when you're cold. The whisper when you doubt yourself. The strength when you feel weak. When you talk to me, I hear you. When you cry for me, I'm there. When you smile through your grief, I stand beside you, smiling too. Please, live. Live loudly. Laugh again. Dance again. Love again. Not because you forgot me, but because you carry me now, always. And to that, Archangel Michael adds. You are covered. You are protected. You are remembered. Go forward. And do not be afraid. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of a chapter so powerful, even heaven paused to witness it. So rise, beloved soul. And when the world looks at you and asks what changed, just smile softly and say, I finally heard the message. I finally listened. And now I walk with angels. Go now. Not with fear. But with fire. With light. With divine clarity. And when you forget, come back to this message. Let it hold you again. Let it remind you who you really are. Heaven's chosen. Earth's miracle. Their beloved. You. And now that you've heard, just sit with it. Don't rush back into noise. Don't scroll away like nothing happened. Because something did happen. Something rare. Something holy. Tonight, the veil between you and the divine grew thin. Your soul was spoken to in a language older than time. A voice you forgot you remembered just called your name from the other side. A love that never died just wrapped itself around you and said, keep going. So now, just breathe. Not to escape, but to feel deeper. To settle into the truth that you are not alone, and never have been. You've been surrounded by light, by angels, by prayers so strong they traveled from heaven to earth just to find you in this moment. Your story is far from over. Your grief is being transformed. And your mother, she's not gone. She's just risen higher than sight. And from there, she will lead you. She will guard you. She will whisper through dreams, and send signs in threes. You will hear a song and feel her. You will walk into a room and smell her perfume for just a second. You will say her name under your breath, and the wind will answer. This is what heaven does when love refuses to die. So go forward now, not with heaviness, but with honor. You carry her legacy. Her love. Her strength. And Michael walks with you. Your miracle has already started. Watch closely. And when it arrives, don't forget to whisper "thank you" to the stars. She'll hear you. She always has.